Ron Knows Stuff here. Mrs. Ron Knows Stuff away on a business trip. Coco down here. So while Mrs. Ron Knows Stuff is away, I want to talk to you about trucks. I'm trying to convince her to buy a truck. So take a look at the spreadsheet I have on the screen here. These are 2024 models of F-150, Frontier, Colorado, Ranger, Tacoma, Silverado, and I threw in a 2019 F-150 just to have another price. So you can see the MSRPs range from a low of 31.4 for the used one up to 45,890 for the brand new F-150. Now there are discounts on the websites. Of course, the 2019, it's from Mullinax Ford. They do upfront pricing. In other words, they don't charge extra fees. The price you see is the price you pay plus tax, tag, and title. No other shenanigans. So I kind of like that. It is a certified pre-owned, which means it has 23,859 miles, which is really low for a 2019. But the other ones, except for the Tacoma, you can see the discounts that I could find online. Again, I didn't make any phone calls. I just looked to see what was on websites. Ford is also offering a $1,000 trade-in assistance. So if you have a trade-in, they'll give you Ford themselves will give you another $1,000. Chevy will give you on the Silverado $2,250 on your trade-in. Again, that's from Chevy, not the dealership. It's important to know that stuff so when you're negotiating price, you can include that in there. What was interesting is the Frontier I looked at had a fee from the dealer of $4,193. The brand new F-150 did not, because I also looked at Mullinax Ford and they don't charge any fees. The Colorado had $999. Ranger, again at Mullinax Ford. The Tacoma had at least a $999 fee. I couldn't find any other real information on their website. It wasn't as good as the others. The Silverado, I didn't see a dealer fee on that. I'll have to look again on that. And of course, as I mentioned, the certified pre-owned was from Mullinax, where they don't charge any fees. This is not sponsored. I'm just happy to see that there are dealerships out there that don't play any games, and I feel they should be recognized. And Mullinax Ford is one of those that should be recognized. So then you can see after all their shenanigans what I felt the price would be for each of the vehicles. Again, the lowest price one being the certified pre-owned at 31.4, and then the next lowest was the Colorado at 35,148. I did look at various trim levels. I didn't pick the low model because I want a little more than a base. I think the custom on the Silverado might be the lowest one, but that Ford STX looks pretty neat. It looked like it had a lot of good equipment. The only one naturally aspirated in this list, in other words, the rest of them all had turbochargers, was the Frontier. And that's something I kind of like. They were crew cabs, meaning they have 4 full doors, except for the new F-150 and the new Silverado that has that clamshell door. So you don't really have, actually, I think the F-150 has the clamshell. The Silverado just has a shorter door. The certified pre-owned was probably the one with all the bells and whistles as an XLT, and it was a crew cab. So there's the engine, the transmissions. Again, as I mentioned, the Frontier was the only one naturally aspirated. I only need 2-wheel drive. My dad once told me if you can't get there in 2-wheel drive, you have no business going there. So I put the average miles per gallon per vehicle, and you can see the highest one is the Tacoma. The rest are around 22. The lowest one was the Silverado at 20. That has their new 2.7 turbo 4-cylinder in it. I've read some good things about that engine. It's built like a diesel motor, so it's really robust. I don't know. I think it might be too much weight for a 2.7 4-cylinder, but Ford has been using a 2.7 6-liter turbo in their engine for their full-size truck for years. So maybe it is a good size. Leave comments. Let me know what you thought, what you think. So but we do a lot of highway driving. So I wanted to see what the highway mileage was. And the leaders on that were the Tacoma at 26, and surprisingly, that certified pre-owned at 26. Now, financing rate, I put down, they're all the same, the rates that you see here. The rates I got either from their website or from my credit union. The neat thing about the F-150, the new one, is that there's 0% financing for 36 months. And then it goes to 2.9 for 48 months. The Colorado had 1.9, and then the Frontier and Ranger were 5.9. The rest were prices I got from my credit union. So I would put $10,000 down, cash money, no trade-in. And that means, and again, I did it, I think I did it with, no, yeah, I did it with the tax. So you can see the finance amount I would finance, and it ranges from a low of 21.4 for the used to a high of 28,930. Oh, sorry, 30,103 for the Tacoma. So already the Tacoma's out of the picture. If I'm going to spend that much, I want a full-size truck. So the next low would be the Frontier 28. Next high would be the Frontier 28,938. Again, it's the only naturally aspirated, and it is a crew cab and a small truck, so that's okay. But then you look at the 36 months payments. They range from $729.07, and that's on the certified used one at the highest interest rate, compared to well, I'm not going to even talk about the Tacoma anymore. The next one is the Frontier at $961.84. But look at that Ford F-150. That 0% is $902.25. So every dollar of that $902.25 is going to pay off that vehicle. Not bad. We take it out to 48 months. You can see the F-150, the certified one, drops to $595.52. And the F-150 new is $717.51. And the Colorado is $597.76. Not a bad price. So, and the Ranger is not a bad price either. So what do you think? Take a look at these numbers. Which one do you think I should try and convince Mrs. Ron Knows Stuff to buy? Quite honestly, if I would, the 2019 F-150 is certified pre-owned, which means it has a longer warranty. It has a 12-month bumper to bumper, 12-month, 12,000 mile bumper to bumper, and then it extends the manufacturer's drivetrain warranty from their 60,000 to 100,000. So I'm kind of leaning towards that, and maybe just paying cash for the whole thing. So after you've seen all these numbers, which one do you think I should try and convince Mrs. Ron Knows Stuff to let me buy? Should I buy it cash? Should I finance it for 36 months? Should I finance it for 48 months? Let me know your thoughts. Which vehicle you like and why, and which one do you think I can get Mrs. Ron Knows Stuff let me buy? Remember, every time you like, subscribe, and share, Coco gets more kibble. Thanks for watching. Ron Knows Stuff, Mrs. Ron Knows Stuff, and now you know stuff too. Bye for now.